Hello, how you doing? I'm here with my first interview of the week with Stefan. Stefan, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your background?
Yes, definitely. I'm a second year finance major at the University of Florida. I'm originally from a small town outside of Nashville called Franklin, Tennessee. And yeah,
How often do you shop for clothes online and in person?
well, definitely being a college student and not having a car on campus, I can't go to the mall or anything like that. I do a lot of online shopping through sites such as Amazon and just like other sites like that.
Okay. Do you ever find the need that when you shop for clothes online and they get delivered to you, they sometimes don't fit perfectly, like the way you envision them, or things like that, and then you have to go through the process of returning them?
Yes, definitely. So there are a lot of different brands that like run small or run big. For example, Lululemon shorts. I just ordered a pair, and I tried to look at their size chart, but it's very deceiving, and they end up running small. And so I had to return it and go through that whole process, which took a long time and was very inconvenient.
Okay. How often do you think you run into a problem like that?
I think I run into that problem more than others because I'm a strictly online shopper, and I can't go into changing rooms and try things on. Um, yeah, it definitely happens to me a lot.
Okay. So the idea that I am proposing is a type of software that you would sell directly to clothing companies. And the way it would work would be the software would take their inventory and take all the measurements of their clothes that they have, and they would digitize all the clothing they have from like small, medium, large, extra small, everything like that. Same with like pants length and width and everything like that. And the second part of the software would be for the customer online. They would log into their account or whatever, and they would put in their height and weight and maybe waist size and arm length and whatever measurements they want. And then the final step would be to stand in front of their camera on their laptop and do like a scanned body. Like they would scan their body with the camera. And what it would do is create an avatar that you would have basically in your cart online, and everything that you would purchase or add to your cart, you can click on it and throw the shirt on your avatar. So like if you usually wear a large and you clicked on extra small, it would look like it was ripping on your avatar. Or if you usually wear medium and you clicked on an extra large, it would look almost like a pajama shirt, like a large shirt. So it would give you the exact feel and look of what their product would look on you with before you even purchase the product. With all those things said, who do you think would kind of be in the market for something like that, like as a consumer?
Well, first off, Fabio, I think that's an excellent idea. I think that that really would be a game changer in the industry and like the change the whole market. Um, I think that could benefit almost everyone that's a consumer because now online shopping is becoming super popular, and because of the convenience of uh, delivery to your door, I think there are definitely different markets that could really benefit more. For example, as a finance major, I was just in Atlanta interviewing, and I had to order a button down online, and that was really stressful because I really didn't have time to return it because I was leaving this week. And so I think having that avatar where you can throw the shirt on, and as you said, different brands fit differently. Like that's a brilliant idea to be able to um, see how it would fit, and it makes it very easy to have one order and not have to return. You were saying who would be the biggest beneficiary?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people that have to order things like suits, or parents that have to order for their kids, because as you know, like it's very like with kids trying on things, it can be a hassle, and I think like that one time thing is a really great idea.
Hmm. Do you think that I would have trouble um, getting consumers to use the service for like cheaper items? Like, say if you were shopping on Walmart and you were just buying like five shirts and each were $5 to $10, would you pay an extra $10 to make sure that they would fit, or whatever the website would cost, or whatever the service would cost? Because after I would sell the clothing company the product, they would have the right to upcharge it whatever they feel necessary. So do you think I would lose some customers based on what they price it at?
See, what I think you could do instead of selling the software is working together with them. So having it membership based. So if the customer wanted to buy a membership with, do you have a name for your company yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. So if they say they bought it and they paid X amount each month, you could use that service on a ton of different websites, and you would just log in and it'd say, "Are you a member of whatever?" And then if you are, then that portal would open up. But if not,
Yeah.
And I think because if you're gonna pay $10 more for something, I think people like upfront people are gonna be like, "No, I'd rather just order and return it," because some places have free shipping on returns. But I think having that, like paying a flat fee every month, would be a really good way to avoid losing business.
Okay. And what need does this absolutely solve? I mean, obviously the returns, returning products, but is there anything more that you think it could solve? Different problems?
Well, Fabio, I think definitely fashion is a global marketplace, and I think I know firsthand from I buy basketball jerseys online, and I buy it from AliExpress, which ships out of China. So you really can't mess that order up, because if you want it, it comes in like 2 to 3 weeks. So if you wanted to return it and then get it back, it would probably take 1 to 2 months. So I think just remind me, your question was that what? Could you just remind me? I'm going on a tangent, but.
What exactly does the service or the product
help? So I think this is the need for just getting it done correctly the first time. Because if you're ordering from China or somewhere else around the world, you can't make a mistake. And this avatar would allow you to see how it fit on your body. And I think it's a great idea, because everyone comes in all shapes and sizes. And I think this would help with that. Because also, shopping over the break during Christmas at the mall, I noticed that a lot of clothes, they come in that standard like small, medium, large, but maybe you have a longer torso or longer arms, so not like every shirt's going to fit the way you want it to.
And can you think maybe off the top of your head any specific companies that would be in the market for something like this? Do you see it being more of like a luxury service, or do you think it could be used on almost every site?
Yeah, I don't see this as being something very. Obviously it's an amazing service, but I don't think people won't do it because of the price. Like I think that a lot of people would use this because everyone has computers now or access to it, and I think that if you could get the right price for this software for the membership each month, then a lot of people would take advantage of it because it's just super helpful.
Yeah. I know there's another company, I think it's called Jack Threads, and they're trying to solve, or at least this is what the advertisement says they're trying to solve the way online shopping is. And basically what they do is send you a box of clothes, and then you just keep what you want out of that box of clothes, and then you send them back. The clothes that you didn't want, and then they charge you for what you kept. Do you think that would be like a big competitor? Do you think more companies will start adopting that idea, or do you think my idea would be more beneficial to them?
No, I don't. I think that's a really weird idea to send. Like when I order clothes, I just want what I want. I wouldn't want to have to go through the hassle of like returning things I don't want. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I think that's a totally different like thing. I think your software is there's really no downside to it.
Can you think of any type of people that would be outside of this scope? Like, obviously, when you think to yourself, you go, "Oh wow, everybody would use this." But what about the people that really don't like to shop online or things like that? Do you know? Could you maybe think of like a demographic that would be out of the scope of
Yeah, definitely
my market?
like the baby boomers and beyond that didn't grow up with, and before that didn't grow up with technology. I know like my grandparents probably would not be able to figure this out on a computer. I think that's definitely. But then again, there are a lot of elderly people that are active on the internet, and I think that they're maybe they're too old to drive or stuff like that, so they won't be going to stores, so they could really benefit from it.
That's true. All right, thank you, Stefan.
Yeah, definitely.
Hello, how you doing? I'm here for my second interview of the week with Will Wyman. Will, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your background?
My name's Will. I'm from the Atlanta area, 20 years old, and political science major here at the University of Florida. That's basically it.
Nice. Do you consider yourself an avid shopper?
I would say that I tend to, buy items, I get items in exchange for money on often occasion, yeah. So I would consider myself an avid
Okay.
shopper.
Do you generally shop online or in person?
It just depends on what I need, Sometimes, if I need, unfortunately, they don't make grocery stores online, so I can't, just go online and, buy stuff like that. But I do, if I want a shirt or something,
Mhm.
I mean, chances are I'm probably going to go online and look for a shirt versus go to Oaks Mall over there on Archer Road,
Yeah, I feel you.
Or on, whatever it is. Archer.
Yeah. How often have you bought stuff online for how how often have you bought stuff online that has gotten delivered to you that hasn't really fit or felt the way you thought it was going to?
It's definitely happened to me a decent amount of times.
Do you have any specific occasions?
Is eBay count?
Yeah.
Okay,
I kind of. Yeah.
I bought a jersey. I bought a Mike Vick jersey off eBay. And I ordered it, and it came in and it was advertised as a large. So I bought the large Mike Vick Falcons jersey, and when it came in, it was actually a youth large, so I couldn't even wear it. But it never said anywhere on the website that it was a youth size.
Okay. So yeah, the idea I'm presenting today is a software that would be sold to clothing companies as well as consumers, and what it would do would be basically I would go in and digitize all of their inventory that they have, like all their shirts and pants and dresses and everything that they offer online. I would get the product's dimensions and digitize it perfectly to fit. And then the second aspect of it would be for the consumer. When they're on the website, they would fill out a certain amount of measurements like height, weight, waist size, arm length, things like that.
Like the consumer would type that in?
Yeah, into your account on the website. And then the last step would be to stand in front of your camera on your laptop, or maybe we could make it feasible with an iPhone. But you would stand in front of the camera, and it would scan your body from all different angles, and it would regenerate an avatar for you.
Okay.
So it'd be like a really lifelike avatar that would be basically a part of your new cart on your website.
Yeah.
So if you're shopping online and you like jeans and maybe a pair of you shop for jeans and then you want a few different shirts, but they come from different brands, so they fit differently. You'd be able to see how the large would fit versus a medium and things like that, and you'd be able to see exactly how it would fit, how it would feel on your body, and it would be really interactive too. Maybe you could put in product or not product, but you could put in specifications, like things that you like maybe people like to wear tight shirts versus loose fitting or things like that. So it could be really interactive. And I was asking you, who do you think would be the target market for that? Who would fall inside the target market, and who do you think would fall outside of that?
Well, I mean, I think on your biggest scale, if this idea were to end up being very successful, which I think it could be, I think on a large scale, everyone could be your market, or everyone that has access to online shopping. But I would think maybe if you wanted to start out, I would say that the most people, or the people I know that do the most online shopping, are mothers shopping for their kids online, and getting them clothes, especially around the holiday season. They're doing a lot of online shopping. So maybe stay-at-home moms that don't really do they don't have actual I'm not saying that like it's not a you're not doing work as a stay-at-home mom, but if you're not doing actual work throughout the day, then they're online shopping
Mhm.
for their kids. So I think that would be like definitely be a good place to market towards, and also
So you think
just
maybe she could have like a linked like account with the avatar, like
yeah, and
she
she
would be
also
able
could
to
have
see how it fit on her kids.
yeah on her
That's
kids too.
interesting.
Yeah, and the kids would probably be like interested in it as well because they'd be able to see it, and the kids probably, I mean, if they're young kids, they wouldn't be able to maybe figure out the software, so their moms could do it for them as well.
Mhm.
And also another market is just women in general. I've I've known a few in my life. Like I've met a couple girls throughout my days on this earth, and they definitely tend to online shop more than males. Like I would say by about 1,000%.
Yeah, I would tend to agree.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Girls just like to shop.
Yeah, exactly. Um, and do you think it would be hard for me? Do you think I would lose maybe some customers when I do like the photo scan? Because maybe people would get self conscious or something like that, kind of seeing what their avatar would look like. Because my idea is to make it like as realistic as possible.
That's actually a very logical concern to have. I think uh, if it ended up, I think maybe you wouldn't have to address it at first. But if you had complaints from customers, maybe you could have like a marketing campaign that used specific language that like made it out to seem or like made your product like an advantage for those kinds of people who aren't like okay with how their body looks, because then they can even know better what clothes like will look good
Mhm.
on them, because if they're that concerned, the people that are most concerned with their body are also probably most concerned with what they're going to wear,
Yeah.
because they want to like accentuate certain things and hide certain things if they think they're like fat or something.
Yeah, exactly. And do you think there's a specific like product type that I should target first, like maybe luxury items like prom dresses or something like
Mhm.
that, or
Like watches and stuff.
yeah, do you think I should just go straight for it with kind of like all
I
product
think
types?
it would probably take a lot more capital to be able to do with every kind of product type, absolutely. But I think for it to be most effective, then it would probably be advantageous to kind of go for everything.
And could you think of maybe for some instances where the consumers would not use this product? Like, what if because after I maybe sell it to the uh, companies, they have every right to upcharge as much as they want. Do you think they would lose customers, or I would lose customers if they charge too much money for this type of service?
Well, would the companies be selling the service, or would you be selling the service?
I haven't really got that far into it yet because I'm still considering maybe doing like a membership thing where
Mhm.
I work through the companies and I just use my product on their websites.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking about doing it like that, or just selling or licensing out the software to the company directly, and then they can
Right.
market it however they feel.
I think maybe what I think maybe an avenue you could take would be to kind of have your own separate website, and it wouldn't have to be like people wouldn't have to like go to just your website. However, like it would be your own website with this program, and like
Mhm.
what do you have a name?
Kind of
for-
like
do you have a name for
kind of
the
like
company?
PayPal.
Do you have a name? Yeah, yeah. Do you have a name for the company?
No, not yet.
All
Still
right.
working on that.
Let's just say like company A then. If you have like a company A website, which is your company.
Yeah.
So let's say you're shopping online at like what's your favorite store to shop at?
I guess like Amazon. could
Okay,
work.
let's say you're shopping on Amazon, like you're looking for like a dope new Orlando Magic shirt, like just you or need for a new shirt, you're going to a game or something. Let's say like Amazon is selling that shirt and you get to a shirt you like, and when you're on Amazon, it says like, Amazon is a proud partner of Company A, and it would take you to that website, and then you'd already be logged in on that service,
Mhm.
and it would show you the shirt that you were going to buy on Amazon.
Okay.
So you can figure out how much to charge to individuals versus how
Yeah,
much
yeah.
the companies are going to charge.
Why do you think this need would be, or this product would be successful? You think it's kind of like a win-win maybe.
Yeah, I think
for-
it's definitely just a win-win for you and the. I mean, the people are still buying the stuff from the companies. It's not like they're going to be hurt by it or
Mhm.
anything. So it's not like you're hurting their profits at all, and you're just helping the consumer. So yeah, I think it's definitely successful. It could definitely be successful.
and it's kind of like a they're saving the company on return costs
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Will.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm here with my third interview with Quinn McGevney. Quinn, can I get some background story about yourself?
Hi, my name is Quinn McGevney. I'm a sophomore here at the University of Florida. I'm a business administration major. I'm going to do a minor in information systems.
Nice.
I'm from Jacksonville.
Nice. Quinn, let me ask you, how often do you shop for clothing and things of that nature online? Or just in general, how often do you shop?
I don't always make purchases online just because I don't always have the funds to make it when I want. But probably not every day, but I spend a good amount of time online just looking at different shirts or shoes, pants, hats, whatever, just kind of anything.
Okay.
So a good amount of shopping.
Do you usually, if you do purchase something, do you usually buy it online or in person? If you could give like a percentage.
It kind of depends on what it is. If it's something more generic, I'll definitely buy that at the store. Or if it's something a little bit nicer, I might go into a store and buy it there.
Mhm.
Especially more so around the holidays or when I'm kind of with my parents or at like events and stuff. Like if I'm going to like TPC or a concert or something, I might buy a shirt there. But for the most part, I just kind of order stuff online.
Cool. When you shop online, how often do you find yourself buying stuff that gets delivered and then it doesn't really fit the exact same way that you thought it would, or it's maybe too small or too big?
And not too much. That happens a lot with shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I do most of my shoes. I order that like through Zappos.
Okay.
It's like free shipping, and they've got just every kind of shoe you can imagine for a pretty good price. And so sometimes those won't fit quite right, and then sometimes I'll order shirts that just kind of they feel a little bit weird.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, with that said, my business idea would be a software that I could use to pitch to different companies, like clothing companies, and I would go in and based on their product specifications, like their dimensions, I'll be able to digitize their products that they offer on their website, like all their inventory. And then the second part of it would be the user, like for you, for instance, when you're shopping online, you just fill out like a quick questionnaire on how tall you are, how much you weigh, maybe some different measurements like waist and I guess for dress shirts like a neck and arm length and things like that. But the last step would be kind of just standing in front of your camera on your laptop or maybe even your cell phone and taking a photo scan of your body. And after you do the scan, it would create like a really realistic avatar on the website. And that avatar would be a part of your cart. And after you have the avatar in the cart, say, I guess Zappos, for instance, or maybe if you're shopping on Amazon or anything like that, every shirt or pants or anything like that that you add to your cart, you would be able to look how it would fit on your body. Like a medium, for instance, in one company might be a different size for a medium in another. So you'd be able to throw it on your avatar and you'd see how it would fit and if it would be too tight or too loose, and maybe you'd have to order a large and things like that. So do you have any questions or concerns maybe about what I'd be offering?
No. I mean, I guess the only kind of thing I would figure out is you'd actually have to go and you said what? I guess everyone kind of knows their waist size, but I don't know if you need like your kind of like chest size and some of those other more specific measurements.
Yeah.
To be able to use the software. But I think that's a great idea. My biggest thing is arm length.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes it's like when you order kind of long sleeve shirts online and stuff like that, like button downs, like sometimes you like normally like you'll fit into a medium, but then you get it and the sleeves, you kind of move your arms out and the sleeves go back 2 inches, but then you'll order a large and the sleeves fit right, but now the shirt's just super baggy because you don't have the shoulder and chest and like height measurement. And so, I
Yeah,
think
definitely.
being able to have a software that would kind of let you see how the shirt fits specifically on you would make buying and picking out clothes a lot easier, especially across different stores.
Yeah, and who do you think this idea would benefit the most? Like, who would be my target market?
Your target market would definitely be kind of, I guess, younger age people. I want to say younger, but I think the majority of people that do a lot of shopping online are girls. So I think that's a big part because I know girls like just ordering just any kind of clothes from dresses to whatever, but those also fit really differently. So you can't just have the software that like you would use like for guys to buy like a Nike shirt or just like a collared shirt or something. Like you got to make sure it would also work with girls and dresses and anything that they buy.
Absolutely.
I think that's where you're going to get a big percentage of your buyers.
And do you think it would be beneficial to kind of make it as user friendly as possible to try to draw in maybe the older crowd that's not that used to technology and things like that?
I think the simpler you kind of make technology and the easier it is to use, the more people that are going to use that feature. And I think that's why like people don't already like kind of like when people just go ahead and just purchase it without really thinking if it's going to fit perfectly or whatnot, because it's easier to just purchase it and I guess potentially return it than to like go through and read all the small like details about the sizes and inseam that come next to it. You just don't think about that.
Yeah, and generally the sizing charts that they offer are kind of outdated or they don't really work as great as you'd think. Why do you think this would be beneficial to not just the consumer but also the company that would be using it?
I think making sure that consumers get the right products on the first try will just save a lot of time and energy dealing with returns and stuff like that. Because it's expensive. It's a cost to have to ship everything out constantly, and especially it hurts business when you're always having to take returns and people are switching out sizes. So it's like the faster you can get the product to them and it fitting, the faster like you're gonna make money off of it, and they're gonna have that customer coming back again.
Yeah, definitely. And do you think it would be more beneficial to sell the software through the separate companies, or do you think it would be better to maybe offer it as like a separate account, kind of how like every website you can buy clothes or shoes or whatever using PayPal? It would kind of be like that. Like you can use my software on their website, but it wouldn't necessarily be a product that you have to pay for to say Amazon. You would pay like a monthly fee to my company's website instead. Do you think that would be better, or do you think I should just sell the software to each clothing company and kind of let them decide how they want to market it?
I think if you're trying to sell a subscription to this service, I think that's going to be a lot harder than actually just selling this straight to the website and then having people use it for free, because no one's going to want to spend the extra monthly fee, even if it's a couple dollars, to like just see if their clothes fit better, because no one's making that many purchases. It's more of something that they would have like. I think you'd make a lot more money if you sold it just straight to the company and then they pay you for it, and then customers just use it as it is. So it just makes the orders easier for them.
Yeah, definitely. Who do you think would fall outside of my target market if you could think about something like that?
I think the people that are going to fall outside of your target market are definitely kind of the older crowd who maybe doesn't want to buy stuff online just because they're not as tech savvy. And it's just kind of more difficult, and they just kind of are okay going to the store and picking stuff out and stuff like that. But I think, that would not be your target market. They're just kind of older people.
And the other day I heard an advertisement online from Jack Threads is what it was called, and they claim that they're fixing the way online shopping is. And what they do now is they send you like a box of clothes a month or every 3 months or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they so they'll send you the clothes and then you keep what you want and then you have to return it back. Do you think more companies would be willing to adopt an idea like that, or do you think they would be more willing to follow my plan and use more of a technology based service?
Um, well, my dad uses that, and my dad
Mhm.
loves it, which is interesting because I actually have a few products that stuff that he likes that necessarily doesn't fit him or whatever fit his style. Um, that he'll just give my brother and I, and
Nice.
but I think it's he hasn't quite used Jack Threads, but it's once a month. Once a month, he gets this big box, and it'll contain like 2 pairs of shoes, 3 pairs of pants, like some kind of smaller items, and then a couple shirts. So it'll let him, and it's always a surprise and pick it out. So like he'll just kind of get these things that maybe he would never have liked before in the store, or stuff
Mhm.
that might be kind of harder to market, and then he'll actually get to try it on at home and whatnot, and
Mhm.
see how it fits and if he likes it or not. And if he likes it, then great, and he'll buy it. If not, then it's no hard feelings, and he just will send it back.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Quinn.
No problem.
All right, I'm here with Daly Donegan for my fourth interview. Daly, if you want to just give me some background information about who you are and kind of give me your story.
I'm Daly Donegan. I'm a sophomore here. I'm a finance major, and actually took this class last spring, and I really enjoyed it.
All right, Daly, how often do you shop for clothing, whether it's in person or online?
I would say I'm a decently avid shopper, I guess.
Okay.
My family works in clothing, so I would say I buy more clothes than your average person.
Okay. How often do you shop online?
Most of the time, I would say.
So about 90% of the time, you'd say, maybe 80.
Yeah, I don't
80
really
then?
like going to malls.
Okay, awesome. How often have you bought something online where you felt that you didn't think it was gonna fit the way it does? Like you thought it would be maybe a little looser or smaller or what have you?
Yeah,
How-
so I recently, it's not really, I guess I bought a hat, but it's the same idea. And the hat doesn't even fit around my head at all. It must be made for like a child or something. But they didn't really tell me that in the description. And I was pretty frustrated because I spent, I think it was like $25. And now,
Mhm.
and it says no returns. So
So you're kind of stuck
I
with
was
it.
just kind of stuck with a hat that no
Yeah.
one can ever wear.
So it's funny you say that. So the idea, I figured that is a good opportunity in the market to kind of be fixed. And the idea I'm working with is a software that would be sold to clothing companies. And what you would do is you would come in and take the product's dimensions and specifications, and you'd be able to digitize it into a virtual format. And then the consumer, would be able to log in to their account and they would plug in like height, weight, waist size, arm length, neck size, everything that they know about themselves. And the last process would be standing in front of their camera, either on their computer or a laptop or something of that nature. And it would kind of do a whole body scan of your figure. And it would create a very lifelike avatar that you would be able to have on the website with you, and it would be a part of your cart. So, for instance, if you would buy a Adidas medium shirt, and then or you're buying a shirt from Adidas and a shirt from Nike, and maybe basketball shorts from Jordan brand, you would be able to see what size fits and how it fits on your body, because maybe the medium shirt in Nike is a little too big, but the medium in Adidas fits perfectly. And same with the shorts. Maybe you're small in Jordan brand because they run long or they run big or whatever, but you'd be able to see exactly how it would fit on you and kind of how tight it would be or how loose it would be based on the size. So, do you have any questions or concerns with that idea, or do you think it could use work in some places? Or
Yeah, no, I really like that idea because I feel like most people. I mean, the hat thing was just the first thing I thought of, but
Mhm.
I think everyone has their own stories of clothes not fitting, and I think in this, I guess, age of like technology growing and everyone wanting to use it, I mean, I definitely could see it working. I feel like not many people want to go to malls these days. Malls are kind of dying out. They're not, I would say, like a cool thing like they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the need is definitely there. Like there's definitely an opportunity for this to happen. Now, I don't really know like the technicalities of how this would work, if an app and things like that. I don't know. I don't have the knowledge for that, but I feel like you definitely have like a chance to make this successful.
And if you were to consider like a target market, who would be within that boundary, and who would be out of it?
Um, Obviously, just being more of the technology side of things. I mean, your target market's going to be young kids,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I mean not like kids, but like people paying. I don't know, from like 18 to 30, like college kids to like young professionals who don't really have the time maybe to go to a mall and try on different suits and things like that.
Mhm.
I think if they had the ability just to press a couple buttons and have, I don't know, a suit delivered to you if you're traveling all the time, that would be really helpful. But I don't know, maybe older people wouldn't find it as much of a need, but I feel like they still would.
Okay. And what do you think this is fulfilling? Like what basically what problems does this solve? And what problems doesn't it solve?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps out the consumer. You don't have to spend extra money for returns
Or in your case, no returns.
or no returns, or just the pure hassle of
Mhm.
it, having to maybe like go drive to a store, drop it off, or pick it. Like, there's obviously such a hassle on the consumer side. But I feel like even on the company side of things, I think they would lose less money because when they have to make these returns and then
Mhm.
send it out, they have to do a bunch of stuff too. So I think they would enjoy the cost effectiveness of it as well.
Do you think of can you think of anything to where it falls outside the boundary, or that it problems it doesn't solve in shopping online?
Um, and the only thing I can think of would be if maybe your whatever simulation didn't really work that well, or like maybe
If it
people
wasn't
not
accurate.
knowing their exact dimensions well, or like I'm just thinking of like if people are doing their waist size or their chest size, they're measuring in different places. Like I don't
Mhm.
know,
Just
there might be
mismeasurements.
complications of things like that
Yeah.
that people don't know how to accurately measure themselves, and then your simulation, you can't really identify those differences.
Yeah, so recently I was on my phone and I saw an ad for it's like Jack Threads, and I know a few other companies are doing it, but what they do is they'll put you on like a membership and they'll send you products in a box, like say 5 products a month or something, and all you do is pay for what you keep. So basically, you would just if you don't want any of it, you pack it back and just return it, and it doesn't cost you anything. And that's their way of solving the online shopping problem. And I'm just curious if you think that would be a huge competitor, or if maybe that doesn't quite solve the problem that we're talking about here.
You say just repeat exactly what they do again.
So what they do is they'll send you 5 clothing items, like say it's 5 shirts, and if you like 2 of them, you keep them, and then you return the other 3, and then they just charge you for the 2 that you kept.
I feel like that still is like,
Different.
yeah. I mean, maybe that could be a competitor, but I feel like there's still people don't really want to have to go through that choice and hassle of sending things back,
Mhm.
and because I think that is just still adding to the problem. Like all you want is a shirt right now, wherever you are, that fits and you'll wear it. You don't.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to go through the whole trying on different shirts. I think that's just like the same things like
Mhm.
going to a mall, and people don't really like that either.
And going back to the target market, with the photo scan, the customer would have to wear like something relatively tight on their body so they could get an accurate scan on their avatar. And do you think that would deter some customers from using the service, or do you think maybe too high of a price would be a bigger deterrent?
I don't think the price. I think it would just be like having to go and measure yourself and create an avatar, and like kind of all those things. And even though that will help you in the back end of things, I think some
Mhm.
people are so, um,
They're just lazy, too lazy to do
yeah,
that.
everyone's so like, how can I make this as quick as possible right now?
Hmm.
And I think everyone's short term thinking might maybe cause that not to be as big of a market as you might think. But I don't know.
Hmm. And with concerns of that, um, do you know if there's any other? Can you think of any other need in the online shopping experience that this wouldn't fulfill? Maybe
Um,
like maybe shoes. If I could do this type of like photo scan with feet, I don't know how that would work. Maybe with
yeah,
your cell phone, but
that could work. Yeah, I
mhm.
don't know exactly um, how you would figure that out, but I mean, it sounds like there's a bunch of ideas.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Daly.
Yep.
All right, I'm here with Alex Staub for my fifth interview. Alec, do you want to tell me a little bit about yourself and tell me your background?
Yeah, sure. I'm a sophomore mechanical engineering student. I'm pretty active. I like playing basketball on the weekends with my friends.
Cool.
Enjoy having fun socially when I can. And I don't know. I've got other interests, but
Cool.
don't want to get into those.
um, do you consider yourself an avid shopper? Do you like going to the store, shopping for clothes, or maybe online?
Yeah,
So maybe, or how many days a week do you think you look at clothing?
I'll probably once a week I'll find something. I'll see a little ad on Facebook or something for some clothes, and I'll click on it, check it out for a couple minutes, see if it would look good on me. But I don't know. Shopping comes at once every month or two, and I'll buy like a pair of clothes that might look good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Have you ever shopped online and found yourself in a situation where the product got delivered and it was maybe too big or too small and wasn't really exactly what you hoped it was going to be?
Yeah, it happens all the time. You'll buy a product online, and you buy a large, and it comes back, and their fit is different, and
Mm-hmm.
their large is kind of fits you like a medium for other companies, and sucks because you can't wear what you wanted, and then you have to send it back, and sometimes the clothes just don't look right on you when you buy them also. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that's the one downside to online shopping.
Yeah, definitely. So that's a great opportunity that I envisioned, and the product and service that I would be providing is something that it would be kind of like a software that we would sell to clothing companies and consumers. And what it would do is it would take the product's specifications and sizing charts and everything like that, and it would digitize the company's inventory that they have. And then the second part would be for the consumer. They would create a profile and they would put in their height and weight and maybe waist size and arm length and different measurements, chest size that they would want. And the second part would be doing like a photo scan using the camera on the Mac or on your phone or anything. And it would scan your body and it would create like a very realistic it would create a very realistic avatar that you would be able to have on your website, and you would be able to use it whenever you would put products on your cart. It would be easy to see exactly how the medium would fit or how the large would fit, and how different company shirts vary in sizes and things like that. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions. Do you think there's any like do you have any concerns with this product or anything like that moving forward?
No, I think it'd be awesome. I mean, like I said, there are a bunch of companies that size their clothes differently because, I mean, based on the material it's made out of and the fit that company wants you to have when you wear their clothes. That's the biggest thing for me in online shopping, and then also seeing what you would look like in those clothes. It just sounds like a great idea. It sounds awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. Do you think there would be different segments of the market that would maybe adopt this idea like sooner rather than later? Like maybe luxury items or women's clothing versus men's clothing or something like that you think might stand out?
Yeah, I mean, I think it can go with any types of clothing. Maybe a facet where it would work the best is athletic gear, or athletic clothing, and then also just like button-down shirts. It could work, but I think once you get into like coats or really thick, large clothing, it might kind of be weird with really depends on the technology and how good it is, but definitely with the loose fitting clothing and just light clothing, it could work really well.
And with like the target market, who do you think would be the biggest beneficiary of this? Do you think maybe it's like the older crowd, like stay-at-home moms, or do you think it's more of like a younger crowd that is online shopping frequently? Like, who do you think would be a part of the target market, and who would be out of it?
I mean, I guess the majority of people, or since I'm a college student, I never really noticed how often people online shopped until I got to college, and then I realized a lot of girl college students, 18 to 22, because they're too busy with their studies to go to the mall and go try these clothes on, that they would benefit the most because they shop all the time online. Girls are always looking for new clothing, what would look best on them. And I hear from friends that are girls all the time, they buy clothes and then they see it and they try it on and it just doesn't look right on them, and then they have to send it back, and it happens all the time. So the technology to be able to put themselves into this little avatar website to actually try the clothing on and they can see themselves in it. Maybe if you could like rotate the avatar around and see every part of the person's body, then that crowd would really the younger girl or younger women's crowd would really benefit from this technology and this idea.
Yeah. What do you think is like the biggest need for this? I mean, obviously you want your clothes to fit, but what would be the benefit of the company adopting this idea?
I think honestly they'd probably have more sales because oftentimes people, or not oftentimes, I assume that people will buy clothes online and try it on, not like it, send it back. And then after they send it back, they don't think about buying a new outfit. They just say, well, that didn't work. They give up, and they're like, I don't need new clothes anyways. And then they just give up on the whole buying process. So I think there would be a lot more sales for the producer if they use this technology.
And why do you think this need exists? Like, what would be the biggest benefit of using this software for the consumer?
I mean, definitely just the whole idea of seeing yourself in the clothes and sending clothes back is definitely a hassle. I even have trouble putting like letters in the mail and sending it to the post office when I need to, and I can't imagine me ordering stuff and then not liking it and then having to send it back. It's a whole process that is taken out with this idea.
So, what do you think is like the underlying cause of people that aren't in my target market Like what causes them to be outside of the market versus inside of the market?
Are you talking about like what producers wouldn't be able to?
No, like with consumers, some people obviously won't like the idea or won't use the idea. And why do you think they wouldn't use it? Would it be more of like a price point or like a technology issue, or how do you think I could get around that problem?
I mean, I think most of the people that wouldn't be big on this idea would be those who are already pro like in-person shoppers, and that's because they like to try clothes on and they enjoy the feel of certain clothes, because certain companies, their biggest selling point is the fabric on their clothing and how nice it feels on their body. So that might be one reason why someone wouldn't use it, is because they wouldn't get to really feel and enjoy the clothes before they decide to buy them.
And there's a few companies out there, clothing companies, that have adopted like a product, or not a product, but a service where they'll send you like X amount of clothing per month, and then basically you just keep what you want and then send it back, and then they charge you for what you kept. Do you think that idea of solving online shopping would be bigger, or would be my biggest competitor, obviously, but do you think that type of service would kind of deplete my market?
I think it's similar, but it's different. Your market completely takes out the fact of, or the process of sending the clothes back, and the people that use this online shopping technique to buy these clothes in bulk and then send the clothes back that they don't want. I mean, they still have to send it back, and that's, to me, the most important process that you're taking out with this idea, and that's what I like the most about it.
Awesome. Thank you, Alec.
All right, thanks.